He started with nothing but fear and a small dream. Today, he stands in a life he built with his own hands. This story will help you improve your English in a simple and emotional way. Welcome to episode 10 of From Zero to Strength. This is the final episode. This is The Life He Built. From Zero to Strength. Episode 10, The Life He Built. Chapter 1, Looking Back at the Beginning. 5 years ago, he stood on a cold bridge at sunrise. He felt lost. He felt small. He felt tired of failing. He remembers that morning very clearly. The city was quiet. The sky was gray. Cars moved slowly under him. He held the metal railing and asked himself one question. Who am I becoming? At that time, he had no clear job. He had no strong body. He had no strong mind. He had many doubts. He lived in a small apartment. The walls were thin. The bed was simple. The fridge was almost empty. But he had one thing. He had a small voice inside him. The voice said, "Try again." He did not believe in himself, but he wanted to change. He was tired of feeling weak. He was tired of watching other people move forward while he stayed in the same place. So he started small. He woke up early. He made his bed. He went for short runs. He read simple books. He listened to motivational talks. He learned new English words every day. It was not easy. Some mornings were cold. Some days were heavy. Sometimes he wanted to quit again. But he remembered that bridge. He remembered how it felt to be lost. He never wanted to feel that way again. One day, he walked past a fire station. He saw the firefighters laughing together. They looked strong. They looked calm. They looked proud. Something moved inside him. He did not think, "I can be like them." He thought, "Maybe I can try." He began training seriously. Push-ups, running, healthy food, less excuses. He failed the first test. It hurt. He went home and sat on the floor. He felt the old fear again. But this time, something was different. He did not stay on the floor. He stood up. He tried again. He trained harder. He asked for help. He listened. He learned. The second time, he passed. The day he wore the uniform for the first time, he looked at himself in the mirror. He did not see a perfect man. He saw effort. He saw growth. He saw change. That was the beginning. Years passed. He worked long shifts. He saw fires. He helped families. He carried heavy equipment. He felt fear, but he moved forward anyway. He built strength in his body. He built discipline in his mind. He built respect in his community. But the most important thing he built was inside. Confidence. Not loud confidence, not pride, but quiet confidence. The kind that says, "I can handle this." Now, 5 years later, he stands in front of a small house. It is not big. It is not fancy, but it is his. He saved money. He worked extra shifts. He stayed focused. He did not buy things he did not need. He opens the door. The house smells like fresh paint. There is sunlight in the living room. There is a simple couch. There is a wooden table. There are plants near the window. He walks slowly inside. He touches the wall. He smiles. This is the life he built. Not perfect, not easy, but real. He remembers the old apartment. He remembers the bridge. He remembers the doubt. And he feels proud. Not because he is better than others, but because he did not give up on himself. That night, he sits on the floor of his new living room. He drinks water. He listens to the quiet. He understands something important. Success is not one big moment. It is many small choices. Wake up. Try again. Train. Learn. Rest. Repeat. That is how a life changes. He looks around again. He is not the same man from 5 years ago. He is stronger. He is calmer. He is kinder to himself. He built this life one day at a time. Chapter 2. The Man He Became. 5 years ago, he wanted to be strong. Now he understands what strong really means. Strength is not only muscles. It is not only running fast. It is not only lifting heavy things. Strength is waking up when you feel tired. Strength is staying calm when things go wrong. Strength is being kind when you could be angry. He learned this during his first year as a firefighter. One night, the alarm rang at 2 a.m. He jumped out of bed. His heart beat fast. The team moved quickly. No one spoke much. They knew what to do. The fire was in a small house. Smoke filled the street. People stood outside and cried. He felt fear, real fear. But he remembered his training. Breathe, focus, move step by step. Inside the house, it was hot and dark. He could hear wood breaking. He could hear glass falling. He helped carry a man outside. The man was shaking. The man was scared. He looked into his eyes. He saw trust. In that moment, he understood something. People trust us in their worst moments. That night changed him. He stopped thinking only about himself. He started thinking about service, about responsibility, about courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action with fear. After many months, he became more confident. He moved better. He spoke with a stronger voice. He stood taller. But he also changed in small ways. He called his mother more often. He visited his old friend from school. He said thank you more. He said sorry when he made mistakes. He understood that building a life is not only about career, it is about relationships. One Sunday, he invited his family to his new house. His mother walked slowly through the living room. She touched the table. She looked at the photos on the wall. There was a photo of him in uniform. There was a photo of him finishing a marathon. There was a photo of him smiling on a mountain trail. His mother smiled with tears in her eyes. She said, "I am proud of you." He felt something warm in his chest. Not ego, not pride, gratitude. He remembered the days when he felt lost. He remembered when he almost quit. He remembered when he doubted himself. If he had stopped, this moment would not exist. Later that evening, he stood outside with his father. The sun was going down. The sky was orange and soft. His father said, "You worked hard for this." He nodded. But inside, he knew something deeper. He did not just work hard. He changed his habits. He changed his thoughts. He changed his direction. Life did not suddenly become easy. There were still hard days. There were days when he felt tired. There were nights when he could not sleep after a difficult call. There were moments when he questioned himself again. But now he had tools. He knew how to breathe slowly. He knew how to talk to his team. He knew how to ask for help. That is another type of strength, asking for help. One afternoon, a new young firefighter joined the station. The young man looked nervous. He reminded him of himself 5 years ago. The young firefighter asked many questions. He made small mistakes. He looked unsure. Instead of judging him, he smiled. He said, "It takes time. Just keep showing up." One day, after training, the young firefighter asked him, "How did you become so confident?" He thought for a moment. He said, "I was not confident. I just kept going." The young man looked surprised. He continued, "Confidence comes after action, not before." That sentence stayed in his mind. Confidence comes after action, not before. He realized this was the lesson of his life. When he started running, he was not confident. When he applied to the fire academy, he was not confident. When he stood on that bridge, he was not confident. But he acted, he moved, he tried, and step by step, confidence followed. Now, when he looks in the mirror, he does not look for perfection. He looks for honesty. Did I try today? Did I grow today? Did I stay true to myself? If the answer is yes, he feels peace. He walks through his house again. He sees more than furniture. He sees discipline. He sees sacrifice. He sees patience. This is not just a house. It is proof. Proof that change is possible. Proof that small steps matter. Proof that the past does not control the future. He goes to sleep that night with a calm heart, not because life is perfect, but because he built a strong foundation. And he knows something important. He is still building.
Chapter 3. The Life He Built. The next morning, he wakes up before the alarm. The room is quiet. Soft light comes through the window. He lies still for a moment. He listens to his breathing. Slow, calm, steady. 5 years ago, his mornings felt heavy. He woke up with stress. He woke up with fear. He woke up with doubt. Now he wakes up with purpose. He stands up and walks to the kitchen. He makes coffee. He looks out the window. The street is simple. A few cars, a woman walking her dog, a man jogging slowly. Normal life. And he smiles. For a long time, he thought success would feel big, loud, exciting. But success feels quiet. It feels like peace in the morning. It feels like knowing who you are. It feels like not running away from your problems. He sits at the table and opens a small notebook. In this notebook, he writes simple goals. Stay healthy, keep learning, help others, protect my peace. He learned that life is not about one big dream. It is about daily direction. After breakfast, he drives to the fire station. The building looks the same as always, strong, solid, dependable. He walks inside. The team greets him. Someone makes a joke. Someone drinks coffee. Someone checks equipment. This place changed his life, not because it was easy, but because it demanded growth. During training that day, he watches the younger firefighters. He sees energy. He sees ambition. He sees fear, too. After practice, he gathers them together. He says, "When I started, I was afraid every day." They look surprised. He continues, "I thought I needed confidence first, but I was wrong. You act first. Confidence comes later." One of them asks, "What if we fail?" He smiles. "You will fail. We all fail. But failure is not the end. It is information. It shows you where to grow." They listen carefully. He realizes something important. Now he is the voice he once needed. 5 years ago, he needed someone to say, "Try again." Now he says it to others. That evening, after his shift, he drives home slowly. The sky is pink and gold. He turns off the radio. He enjoys the silence. When he arrives at his house, he does not rush inside. He stands on the small porch. He looks at the door, at the windows, at the light inside. This house is not just wood and walls.
It is time. It is discipline. It is courage. It is hope. He remembers the bridge again. He remembers the cold metal railing. He remembers the question, "Who am I becoming?" Now he knows the answer. He is becoming a man who does not quit, a man who keeps promises to himself, a man who faces fear and moves anyway. Inside the house, he sits on the couch. He takes a deep breath. He thinks about the word built. He built his body. He built his career. He built his home. He built his mindset. But most important, he built trust in himself. Trust that he can handle hard days. Trust that he can learn new skills. Trust that he can start again if needed. Life is still not perfect. There will be more challenges. There will be more hard nights. There will be more difficult calls. But now he knows something powerful. He is not the man who stands on a bridge and feels lost. He is the man who builds. He walks to the wall where his photos hang. He adds a new photo. It is simple. It is a photo of his house at sunrise. He steps back and looks at it. This is not the end of the journey. It is the result of many small beginnings. He turns off the lights. He walks upstairs. He pauses before entering his bedroom. He whispers quietly, "Thank you for not giving up." Not to the world, not to luck, but to himself. He lies down. He closes his eyes. He feels peace. The life he built is not about money. It is not about attention. It is not about being better than others. It is about becoming better than yesterday. It is about choosing action over fear, discipline over comfort, hope over doubt. And that is available to anyone, including you. If you feel lost right now, remember this. Start small. Take one step. Repeat tomorrow. One day you will stand in a life you built, and you will understand. Strength is not something you find. It is something you create. This is the final episode of From Zero to Strength, from the first small step to the life he built. If you watch the full series, you will see every doubt, every struggle, and every victory. This journey shows that change is possible. Did you enjoy this episode? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check the full playlist to watch the whole series and improve your English.